Okay, I see, I see. I went live now. Thank you for reminding me. So anyone who's watching on YouTube, this is why you should go on Rumble instead, because I've been live on Rumble past 6, 7 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. Whereas I forgot to go on live on YouTube because YouTube is just a backup. So if you ever go on YouTube, don't just go on Rumble. But yeah, DKane, how you doing? Good to see you for another week. And Osha Cohen, let me know as well. How are you? While I drink my water. Also moved to a new place in Spain. I'm currently getting Airbnbs until I find a permanent place. Sup, bro? I joined the real world. Also, DK, you went in the real world yet last week? As always saying. If that's the case, then how are you finding it? What courses are you getting into? What campus? What have you learned so far? And what's your impression of it? What did you... Wait, I'm going into interview mode. I was going to say, what were you expecting and how different was it from your expectations? But yeah, just write it up. I'll start doing a review. I'll review Caleb and then I'll read any messages in chat after, just to keep things flowing nice and smooth. Okay, let me see. So we do boom, Mr. Producering. That should have switched. Then we're gonna need to scroll down to Caleb. Also, this video I just uploaded 6 minutes ago, and I have another one scheduled. It will be up in like an hour. So I'll actually speak about that video while it isn't up yet. So that will be fun. Now, Caleb. So Caleb is actually, I think he's one of the best tap dancers in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Something along those lines. So he's been tap dancing since a very young age. And you wouldn't really expect a tap dancer to be joining the real world because that's his main career choice. But yeah, he ended up joining the real world. He says it helped him. What he started doing is reaching out to SoundCloud artists who make music and saying he'll dance over their music, as in provide footage for them to use of him tap dancing to their music. And he collaborated with people that way and then ended up delivering very good results. So then they wanted to work with him and end up paying him for more videos. So that's quite interesting. He figured it. He used the freelancing campus and figured out quite a unique approach to acquire clients in that sense. So through freelancing, I believe he said he was making about 4K. I think he actually didn't say it during the video. We had a bit of a rundown prior where he was telling me, how much he makes, what he does, as in more on what he does, because during the application he says. But I asked some more questions pre-recording, and then we ended up not getting to it during the recording. But yeah, that's just me rambling. So he does busking on the street as well. I saw some stuff on the news about him, Australian news, of his tap dancing, busking. So that was pretty cool. Then he said everyone was against him joining the real world. So everyone he knew, it was like, everyone around him was saying, no, it's a scam, don't join, why would you join? But he wanted to see for himself. And after he joined, he was super happy. He learned some very cool things. He joined the freelancing campus, marketing campus. He spoke about how useful Luke's lessons from the marketing campus were to him, the insights he learned from the freelancing campus. Then, as for why he does this and why he wanted to try to acquire more money, it was because his grandmother has dementia, and he wanted to provide for her and be able to provide for his family if anything happened. So yeah, that's what I remember from Caleb. Quite an interesting story. I know he had really high energy. Again, I was ill at the time, so it's a bit but I think I was fine. It wasn't too bad from my end. So yeah, it was a nice interview. Caleb was cool. Now let's see. Any replies? DKane, where's your reply to all my questions? Okay, nothing from DKane. Dub Islam. Hello, Mr. Woodbear. Nice. I see you upload tutorials videos and Islam videos. Interesting. Okay. I just quickly clicked on your channel. How you doing, Mr. Woodbear? How's your day? How's life? Let me know. I think this is the first time I see you tuning in. I don't remember seeing your name prior. So good to see you. Okay, anyone else in chat? Anyone else watching? Give me a hi. Give me a hello. I want to see who's here. And then I'll move on to Horst. Okay, let's see. Any replies? Yeah, bro. Okay, Mr. Woodbat, how did you find out about the stream? Were you subscribed and you just saw it? Did you see it from the real world? I'd like to know. And DK, you got into copywriting, learned a lot about digital marketing and email copywriting. Much more to learn. I was surprised by the structure and all the courses. Really like that. My expectation was more live stuff, but the recordings are also good. So do check. There is quite a few AMAs happening. I think there's just a schedule for it. Maybe you've missed it. But all the professors do live AMAs. Sometimes I randomly log on and I see, they're live in the campus. So you'll see it. There is quite a good amount of live things happening. I haven't been in copywriting campus in a while to actually look at it properly. So I don't know how often Andrew does it, but I know Pope does them very regularly. Just constantly he's on. Several times a week you'll see Pope going live. So do check. And then Mr. Woodbear, haven't seen live yet, but been watching videos. Nice to see live. Yeah, so I don't do these interviews live. I do reviews of previous week's wins. This is episode 7. Not previous week's wins, previous week's interviews. I review them, talk about what they say in the interviews, and just a recap, a shorter form recap. So let's say if you're busy and you don't have time to go over through each video, I'll tell you what happens in each one, and then you can choose whether you want to go into it more or skip it. That's kind of the basis of it. So any other questions from anyone, let me know. I will continue with Horst. Okay, so Horst. He said before he joined the real world, he had anxiety, depression, spending a lot of time playing video games, sleep schedule was a mess. So he just didn't have a direction in life. He did have experience as a 3D designer for 4 years now. So when he joined the real world, that's what he decided to base his learning around. So he joined the freelancing campus, and he talked about how about his strategy to outreach to clients, how that evolved over time, how the freelancing campus helped with it, how it helped him reframe as well. Because one of the things he talked about was, initially when he was doing his outreach, he was saying, he was framing it as I can do this, I can do this, instead of framing it as, this is what I can do for you. And from framing everything for them. I don't know if that makes sense. He explains it better. And he just goes into depth on that and how everything has improved for him. So how life is so much better now. He's out of the anxiety and depression stage. Actually has fulfilling work to do, keeping him busy, how much the real world has transformed him. In terms of earnings, I don't remember earnings now, so you'll need to check in the video. But I don't remember much else from Horst actually, except what I've said. So I don't want to ramble too much. I'll move on to Donna. Donna was the third interview. I haven't done many follow-ups at this point, but he was the first interview I done with him was very early on. And we've just been catching up on his success since. So earning over 100,000 with e-commerce. So originally he started out doing drop shipping, and that was the original model, and a good amount of money from there. I believe it was that when he first reached 6 figures was with the drop shipping model. But now he's decided to build up a personal brand and build up a brand in general. So he's doing 2 other things. One, something to do with skincare, I think he said. He didn't give exact details, but I believe it was something to do with skincare. And his own branding on it, so no longer drop shipping. And the second thing was clothing. and he talks about. We talked about how, in the traditional sense, when you make a clothing brand, you'd think, I need to maybe get celebrity sponsorships. I need to start doing events to get the name out there. Maybe build up an Instagram following, social proof. But all Donna done was make a TikTok. And he uploaded himself doing cool things or saying cool stories, just wearing the merch. And people naturally, from constantly seeing it, find it cool. They go into his bio and they check out the things he's wearing and end up purchasing it. So he's saying that's all you really need to do. You just make cool TikTok videos wearing the brand and people will purchase from you. That's what he's been doing. It's been working for him. So we talk more about that, more in depth. Asked him quite a few questions about the drop shipping and branding models he's using. Also, mainly heavily TikTok focused. So all organic, I believe, as well. Organic TikTok. So that was quite interesting. And again, just talked about how his life has evolved, because this is the third interview. So quite a difference since the first one. I believe he'd done an Tristan interview as well. So that was really cool to see. And Donna, just super cool guy. So that's that. Let me check comments. What else we got? More people. So, DKane, Andrew already has hundreds of live, so he reposts them. Very useful. Yeah, Andrew Bass in copywriting. Very useful. The captains do Q&A every day, which is also useful. So yeah, that's DK replying to you, Mr. Woodbear. Then we got Top Gresgors, not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, hello bro. I just wanted you to know that I can see your progress, bro. You're so much more comfortable on camera now since the first couple of interviews. Dude, it's huge. Everyone was saying I'm just how would I say, like Lex Friedman's cousin or whatever in my old ones, because I was just no emotion, blah blah blah. Dude, yeah, it's huge, the difference. I even find it hard to watch my own videos from before. I just can't listen to myself. But it's a good thing, because that's how you know you're improving. So you continue with, and better. By the way, how much do you have to make to apply for the interview? Check in. Okay, go into Content Creation Campus. You'll see under Gold Path Plus, there is an interview form to fill out. If you're making at least 1,000 per month, then I'll consider it. 2,000 per month plus is a pretty good point. Then it's like, you're near guaranteed to get an interview, as long as you have the proof to prove that you're making that money. So yeah, that's if you're interested in applying, check for that. Arb Nors, why so many people saying that the resources in the real world is basically just basic information that we get daily from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram? How you can describe this? So if you're talking about videos you see on YouTube of people's reviews of the real world, it's just easier to, it's a few things. It's easier to hate on the platform because if you hate on Tate, it's easy to go viral. So hating on his products as well, and people will be like, yes, it's a scam. I always knew it was a scam. So in that way, it's just kind of a trending thing to do, so people hop on it. Or if they have joined it, they just haven't invested much time into it. Maybe the first few courses might be introductory, but then it really starts going in depth and you get some very useful information. So it's several reasons. If you want the opposite, just look at all the interviews I've done, all the success stories. They're people who actually spent some time in the real world, put in some work, and achieved very good results. So yeah, let me get my sip of water before I continue. Okay, Mr. Woodbear says, I'm an entrepreneur and follow Andrew Tate's advice. Like to keep follow results of the real world. The real world got entrepreneurs with a good view of how the world works. People are on the same page in the real world / war room. Yeah, that's a huge aspect of it. Maybe in day-to-day life, it's like 1 in 100 that you'll meet someone with a mindset like that. Whereas in the real world, they're everywhere around you. So for sure, that's super cool. And you also say natural gas company though, but I followed the real world Warren's progress. Natural gas company. So you're saying you work in a natural gas company, but you follow progress. Okay, fair. Just in general, even if you have a corporate job, the real world is still super cool to learn new skills, and keep up to date with things, because it's always cutting edge. Oh, you own a natural gas company. Well, congratulations with that. I'm sure it took quite a bit of work to put into it to get it to run and probably get to where it is now. So that's super cool. It would be cool to speak about it. If there's anything that the real world has helped you with the natural gas company, then that might even be something we can talk about in an interview. I'd be down for that. And I'll continue because I have 2 more left. Everyone on YouTube, I see 6 people viewing. I read Rumble messages first, so head over to Rumble instead. I'm more likely to read anything you say. Okay, so now we go on to Ben. All right, Ben. He is 21 years old, and he's doing a lot, surprising amount of things. 3 mainly. One being personal trainer. He runs a personal training band, and he employs people as personal trainers. It's more for lifestyle, not necessarily just physical fitness. That's what I thought he meant at first, just physical fitness, but no. Lifestyle, personal training, earns about 4,000 to 5,000 per month from that. Then also does things related to property. I can't remember the specifics he said about it, but yeah, something to do with property where he earns 2,000 to 3,000 per month from. And he also learned AI from the content creation and AI campus. He learned AI and video editing, freelancing, and he applied the AI. He applied the AI lessons to basically earn an additional 400 per month. And in total, he said since joining the real world, he's made 50,000, which is pretty cool for a 21-year-old. 50,000 pounds as well. So that converts to a bit more in dollars. And he's gone through marketing bootcamp or marketing campus, freelancing campus, content creation campus. He said he had 2 businesses running before he joined the real world, and all of them had failed. So yeah, the real world gave him a really good sense of direction. So yeah, that's what I remember from Ben. Again, 20-minute interview, so not too much to say there. Any other questions from anyone? No, nothing from there. Okay, so here's a Easter egg, or whatever you want to call it. After Ben, we had Simone, who's gonna go live in 1 hour. But since we're here, I'm gonna talk about him now. So Simone is 23 years old. He is Italian, and when he first joined the real world, he got into copywriting, and then he has his own business, car repair business, and he used copywriting lessons to do copywriting in Italian for his business, and then he used Content Creation Campus to make a video about the process of his car restoration, so people see just how much work goes into it, and to provide him social proof. Because the example we gave is, let's say you want to get a good chiropractor to fix you up. Let's say you have a back issue. And a lot of people actually just go on YouTube and they look up chiropractors. And maybe there's one they're watching which they see is very good. He's helping a lot of people. So even if they have to travel several hours or even go to a different country to go to that chiropractor, they will do it because that person has social proof that they are a competent individual and what they do works. There could be a better chiropractor just 30 minutes away from that person, but because they don't have a presence online, it's harder to know that they're legit and actually competent. So, and people obviously want the best work they can get done for them. So yeah, Simone built up a social media presence for his car restoration company. And now he says he gets tourists coming to Italy and coming straight to his store just people from other countries, so they can get their car repaired by him. So that's super cool. And in terms of earnings, last month he earned 4,000 euros. So yeah, he is gonna scale that up, and again combine copywriting and content creation for that. So that's everything for the rundowns. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will be heading out and wrapping up. So you have until I finish my sip of water. If I don't see any questions, adios. Okay. Going once, going twice, and cut. Okay, didn't see any questions. Thank you everyone who joined for this week's Last Week in the Real World interview reviews. I'll be doing another one next week, as per usual. Look up what 8 p.m. Spain time converts to your time zone. I do them every single Friday, 8 p.m. Spain time. And if you want to do an interview with me, go into the Real World Content Creation Campus, go into the Gold Path Plus, and you'll see an interview circuit video. You can watch the video and then fill out the form. I go through the forms and choose who to interview. Make sure you have proof as well of what you claim. So yeah, thank you everyone who joined, and until next week, all the best to everyone.